Good afternoon. I am really excited to announce that Marc Morse, owner of Continental Door Company, has joined Network in Action. Welcome to our business community, Mark.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Jessica.
Yeah, super excited to have you guys on board. This is a family-owned business. So what I'd like to do today is just ask you a few questions about your company to share. Kicking it off with what inspired you to start your business and how has that initial inspiration evolved over time?
Well, shoot, that's got me thinking well over 20 years ago. Starting out really on my end from a young age, I always knew I had a business and sales mindset. When I was 8 years old, I set up a candy store in my bedroom and sold all my Halloween candy to my friends and family. Tax-free, of course. But that kind of got my mind thinking that I'm a little different than some, and I really like that. Specifically that business mindset. It was only a matter of time that I had an opportunity in front of me that I couldn't say no to, and that's when we started our company. At that time and currently has partnered with my dad and brother, which to this day are the best business partners that you can have. And the one thing that had probably inspired me at the beginning was the challenge and basically being able to create my own playbook. I decided to take a different path and not really complete college, but instead to jump out and show others that there are other paths. Most days I would tell anyone that this was the only way to do it, to learn from our mistakes, especially when our livelihood was on the line. I would recommend that really for anybody.
Yeah. It that's something that people don't really talk about, right? Is what's always at stake, which is a conversation for another day, but I hear what you're saying. And being a business owner comes with a lot of different challenges. Would you mind sharing with us maybe one of the challenges, maybe one of the bigger challenges, and how you overcame it?
Well, I'm going to share something a little bit personal with you guys. So, growing this business, as anybody in business or in just leadership knows, it can get a little stressful. And I've now turned 40 years old, technically 41, but in my 30s, I really thought I was the captain of my own ship, the captain of my emotions and my body. And for the most part, I was correct with that. However, I came down with shingles not once, but twice in my mid 30s. And the doctors were just dumbfounded to think, how can a young, healthy individual come down with shingles not once, but twice? And that was really through the stress in my business and me allowing that to take over my body and allowing that stress to then essentially attack my nervous system. And I can
Mm,
assure you that shingles are not something you want to go through once, let alone twice.
yeah.
With that, one thing that I have learned and adjusted is really being able to regulate the stress, worry about the things that you can control. When you do have something in your target that you can fix and control, hammer it. Don't let it hammer on you. Otherwise, you'll be a puddle of an individual. So be adaptable and don't let that stress eat you up.
Yeah. Handle it and move on. That's really solid advice. Thanks for sharing that. Sometimes people just look at the success and they don't get to see all the hard work and the grit that goes into getting people where they are. So I love hearing those stories. I know that in business, there's a lot of different ways that we can measure success. And I'm curious how you like to measure it, your success beyond just the financial metrics.
Shoot, and the numbers are so fun to talk about, right? Everybody wants to know how much revenue you're doing. Smart people, it's more about the profit and not revenue. What do they say? Revenue is for vanity and profit is for sanity, right?
Yeah.
So to keeping true to your question, I'm going to tell you one of the key markers to success for me is looking at the individuals that we are in business with. So those would be our employees, coworkers, so on and so forth, to look at the evolution of the business in the abilities and the style of employee that we are able to attract to our business has improved over the years. The earlier people in business are great. At some point, though, as your business grows, a lot of times, if you're doing it well, you're attracting better talent, talent that's capable of helping take us and themselves to the next level. And when I look around the fine individuals that are in our company now, I'm very proud to say this is the cream of the crop, and
Mm.
I'm very excited that they call this place home.
I love that. And what's fun is when you get to where you're at, and I'm clear where you're at because I've read your Google reviews, hundreds and hundreds of five-star reviews, and that doesn't happen by accident. That tells me you really get the customer experience, and in order to get that, everybody's pulling their weight. And so oftentimes oh, I lost my train of thought. I was gonna had a good point to make about the employees. We'll come back to it.
Okay.
Oh, I know what it was. I was gonna say that the best talent, when you have the cream of the crop, they won't tolerate, right? If you bring in someone who's not performing at their level, they'll let you know. They don't want to work with the low performers. They want to work with the best of the best. They're ready to level up.
Yep.
So that's something I noticed too once companies start to hit where you're at is the expectations of the employees and managing that. So tell us, I mean, I just alluded to your customer service and how well you take care of your clients. What makes working with Continental Door Company special or different?
That's a great question, Jessica. I think there could be a couple things. The first is we're really running a emerging small business, getting into that medium category. But as we're running this smaller company, getting into the medium and larger, we certainly do it so that the employees know that they matter, that they are a voice to decision making around here. We want to be big enough to matter, but we definitely want to be small enough to care. We appreciate the wisdom of our employees that are here helping us make strong decisions, financial decisions, and with that, it's going to get us into a bigger company status. Another key point, what makes us special is we have definitely tapped into and will continue to tip into promoting from within our company. And many of our success stories within our organization and business really came from somebody starting at almost an admin position or a door installer or something that in some cases they would have called that more of an entry or medium middle level to now they're at the middle level or even a higher level, a manager's position. And it's so exciting to see that evolution in people that what you see on the surface, don't be deceived. There's usually a lot more going on. You just have to find it, harvest it, nurture it. And once you see those fruits, it's just amazing for all people involved.
Yeah, yeah. Well, thank you for being with us today. Thank you for joining our business community. We are super excited to have you on board, Mark.
Happy to be there, Jessica. Great people in this group so far that I've seen, and looking forward to many networking and meetings with this team.
Thank you very much.